What's up, you guys? Jesse here. So I'm gonna cut right to the chase. I don't even know how good this is gonna be. This is definitely gonna be super messy action, like super imperfect video, because it's my very first video directly to YouTube where I like feel like I have a channel, even though I've had a channel for like a year now. This is my first, go at really speaking to YouTube. So this feels like a big moment, but I know it's not going to be perfect. But I've just been feeling so called to share some wisdom that I've been gaining throughout my journey as a coach, with my clients. And just as I'm, being a woman and a feminine being in this world, there's so much that I'm diving into and awakening into. And I feel like it's time to share it with a bigger population than just my clients or just the people on my social. Because, I'm not a big influencer or anything, and I definitely don't have, a bajillion followers. So the scope that I'm reaching right now is pretty small. So I felt the need to take it bigger. And so I'm really excited about this. This is super new for me to just kind of take it to this, but here we go. So yeah, a little bit about me really quick though. So yes, I am a life and career coach. I'm an intuitive, I'm an author, a speaker, a women's empowerment, like, oh, I'm just like an advocate. I have my own women's empowerment community, and I'm birthing new projects and courses and offerings all the time. And so I have some new things in the works, which is really exciting. And now I'm here. I want to chat with you guys. I also spent, almost 8 years as a technical recruiter. And so career, helping people climb the ladder, helping people understand like what success actually means and what that means within, our own self, like really what that's about. I'm so passionate about helping in that way, because of my experience, because of my previous career. So it's just started to unfold into this really beautiful new path for myself. And so, yeah, so the next chapter, I guess, is sharing it with you guys on here. So I'm so glad you're here. So without further ado, let's get into the conversation because as I mentioned, being a woman in this world, I think at some point every woman has this kind of feeling of an awakening, this feeling of awakening where we start to say, I think the energy of who I am there's more here. And we start to feel these cravings internally to like we start to feel this desire to like feed this need within us. I don't know about anybody else where they're at in their journey, but if you haven't experienced this yet, I'm telling you you're going to, because you're going to start hitting different levels within yourself. You're going to start feeling this desire for more. And what I'm learning is that fulfillment, as we start to like follow the path to reach that, it doesn't just take us to a path of, okay, I'm gonna, create the career that I want. I'm gonna have the relationship of my dreams. I'm gonna build a family, all the money, all the material stuff. It doesn't just take you there. It takes you on a deeper connection to the internal self of who you truly are. It brings you to the essence of yourself. And it's a really cool, journey, and it's a really cool time to 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 get to. So I've really just started diving in the last couple of months. And so I'm feeling a calling to bring you guys along in this journey with me. So here we are. So the topic today, all about, so I want to talk about confidence in a little bit different way than I've ever talked about it before, simply because I came into a deep truth and knowing within my own self recently. And when I did, it really game changed so much for me. I started seeing myself and the way I move about the world so different because of this one thing that I'm going to share with you guys today. So I hope you can get a lot of value out of it. And yeah, if you enjoy this conversation, please hit the like button. I don't even, I'm not even like a big presence on here at all right now, but like every time I watch people talk about their videos and stuff, they're always talking about hit the like button, subscribe, whatever. And so yeah, if you want to keep following my journey as I just so openly, vulnerably share it with you, I would love to have you on here. And my goal in this channel is to give back. I don't want to just have you just tune in to just watch me. Like I want to be able to gift you guys things. I want to be able to send you stuff in an email. sometimes, or invite you into really special offers that, only you guys would be getting, down the road as I grow this thing. So, yeah, so please, if you want to be part of it, click away. But anyways, okay, so let's get into it. Let's do it. So what I learned is that confidence is not just an inner game. It's not just an inner game. And what I mean by that is you hear so many people talking about how when you are your most confident self, they only talk about how internally you feel about yourself, right? It's this like this mental state that you're able to hold, and then that helps you walk about the world differently. Well, yes, that is so important, but what I realize is that if we completely ignore the external, right? If we completely ignore the fact that we are, even though we're spiritual beings having a human experience, we're still having a human experience. We have to fully accept that. And when we do that, that means that we're fully accepting the qualities of our being, right? And we're seeing it. We're not just saying, okay, that doesn't matter because my true worth is internal. No, if we do that, we're neglecting our divine feminine essence. We're completely neglecting it because we're trying to tell ourselves that external doesn't matter. But I don't mean this in a materialistic way. I guess I love to get dolled up because that makes me feel really like it makes me, I just love the energy I'm in when I'm all dolled up because it's part of me, and I'm ascendant Scorpio, so normally a Gemini, but Scorpio's in there. So she likes to come out in this way. So this is totally me. But I also feel like this, and there's done plenty of videos with no makeup at all, right? And I feel just as great. It's just however I want to show up. I just show up, right? So it's not about, and it's not just makeup. It's not about the clothes, right? It wasn't about any of the external. It's about really accepting who you are, really accepting like who you want to be and who you want to show up as, right? And then giving that some energy, giving that some space, and allowing that side of yourself to be seen, right? True empowerment and confidence is not just an internal game, it's an external game as well. And it's honoring both sides of you, both truths, right? And creating some balance and not hiding the truth of who you are because you're saying, oh, well, that doesn't equal true confidence. I don't want people to think, a certain thing about myself because I don't want people to think certain things about me because they'll think I'm just full of myself or whatever. So for me, like for one example of this, and I hope I'm not rambling too much, but one example of this, just from my own personal experience. So before I even got to this place where I started feeling really good in my own skin, right? And like, because I started taking care of myself differently, I started showing up differently for the temple that is my body. Anyways, this was back years ago, because I've always done dance. I've always, competed in it or done some dance as a hobby, on the side. And in that, whenever I did dance, there was always an element of me that felt very, I just wanted to be sexy. Like I just wanted to bring out the sexy version of myself. So outside of the studio, I would like to play with like lipstick and I'd get dolled up. And I swear, women would treat me different when I was all dolled up. I was doing it just for me, right? I didn't even think about guys. I didn't even care about dating anybody until like middle of college. But anyway, so I would get dolled up. I would do this just for myself. And I would find that women would be really mean to me and, hate on me and just get really rude. And it made me feel like, oh my gosh, like I actually am not safe to put makeup on. Like I need to cover up by taking it off in order for me to be loved. And so I started feeling some shame for wanting to show up in the full essence of really like how I was feeling I wanted to show up. I had a lot of guilt and shame associated with that. So I was muting myself. I was muting myself because of stories I was telling myself about how I thought people were perceiving me, right? Like maybe they were jealous or something. I don't know. That's what people would tell me. Like, oh, those people are just jealous. But whatever it was, it held me back. And it made me create stories in my mind for a really long time saying, sexy and wanting to be your fullest expression of you, there's something wrong with you if you do that. And so I say all of that because it's almost like it's come full circle. I'm at this place now where as I'm coming into this feminine awakening where I can feel like this sensuality about myself, and that's not super it's not actually sexual at the core of that. Yes, sex is a part of it, but sensuality, right, is like we move slower. We want to feel everything. We want to taste everything. We want to like really heighten our senses, sensuality, right? We want to heighten that, like all the different parts of us and really soak it in and move slower. And so as you start to come into this more embodied place within yourself, it starts to change how you think. And then you start to want to match the external to how you're feeling. And so you start to actually do that, right? You start to take action, and you start to embody through, the different clothes that you allow yourself to buy and play with, and the way you get done up, and the way you start to allow your external to showcase the internal, because you become so proud of the internal, right? You're like, I've done so much to become who I am, and I'm so proud of me, and I don't even care. I just want the world to see me. And you drop the veil and the stories and the worries, and you just step into this full acceptance of every part of yourself. I've never worn so many tank tops and booby type of shirts in my life as I have this last like 6 months, because I've just come into this fierceness of like, I'm just ready to just stop keeping myself so small. You get sick of it, and you hit this point where you just want to be authentic. At the end of the day, confidence, inner and outer harmony, is truly the most authentic expression of yourself that you could ever be in the world. So it's magic. It's magic, because when you start to embrace all these different sides of you, it's not just about feeling good, but you start to become magnetic to the things that you want in your life. And it's powerful. And so I want to talk more about that journey. I'll have more videos around that. But another thing I want you to keep in mind is, if we are just keeping, our confidence, our inner wisdom, and our knowing, we're just keeping it internal, what's happening is that we are completely neglecting something, like our bodies, our external, and the sexiness and sultriness and seductiveness that gets to be, not to get anything, right? It's just to be, because you're like, I feel powerful and I just want to be that and show that. As you embrace that, what happens is you allow yourself to actually become your own sovereign being, away from the masculine. Like when we're all in our heads all the time, yes, the women and male brain are different, but when we're in our heads, so much, we're not fully embracing what makes us special and unique and different from the masculine energy, right? Yes, I believe we have masculine and feminine energy within us. We have this duality, but if you are a woman, you have more of the feminine about you. So you've got to honor that. And that requires doing it different. There's so much that is required in order to really embody the truth of who you are as a feminine woman, right? It's got to come more in the body. And there's really fun ways to do that. And I'll give you a couple ideas, in this video. But yeah, I'm hoping so far everything I'm saying is really landing, because I think we are in a time right now where there's so much confusion around like people feeling safe to just be, and they don't know where they fit, and they're searching. There's this constant searching. But if you can come back to yourself, if you can ground in yourself and allow yourself to just feel empowered in the being that you are, and play with, getting resourceful with what you have, right? Like not worrying about what's like, I think Matthew Hesse is the one that gives this example where he talks about, Instead of living in the comparison of like all the ingredients that somebody else has in their own life, work with the ingredients that you have for your own recipe and see what you can create out of that. See what you can, what you can make out of that, because chances are you can create more than you think you can. So really just owning what you have to work with within yourself and playing with it in a new way instead of seeking external validation everywhere, really coming into the self on this. And so a couple ways as women we can do this. You don't have to do it all at once, right? I really believe start slow, pick one thing and allow it to just allow yourself to delight in it in a few, in a few different angles and different perspectives in a few different ways. So like for one example, I started playing with dance. Like I've always done dance and it's like the competitive way or like performance kind of way, but I started honing in on what would dance like, how if I wanted to just move my body how my body wanted me to move, what would that be like? And I explored that for like weeks, right? Of just trying to move different based on what my body wanted in that moment, just practicing letting my body lead me, right? So that's one way you can do it. You pick one tool and you just play with it until you feel like you want to move on to the next one, until you feel like you've explored it in a couple different ways, right? To really understand it and how it fits in your body and what your body likes and what your body wants more of and wants not as much of, right? It's kind of this dynamic that you're having, this game that you're playing with the essence of who you are, and it's so good. Okay, so that's one idea, dancing, right? Another thing is let's think like makeup. Maybe you can try a few different looks. Try lashes if you don't normally wear lashes. Try a brighter lipstick if you don't wear lipstick. Maybe get your nails done, right? And do like fun colors or something to just spark this I don't know, spark this spark within you with the makeup, right? Go get your hair done, or maybe get like try extension. I'm not wearing extensions, but maybe you could try extensions or put a hat on or something to spice up the visuals there, or go buy yourself some lingerie. Actually, this weekend, that's something I did. My boyfriend has been out of town all week, and so I use it as an excuse to just kind of tap deeper into my femininity and see, me tuning into the being a queen. Like, what does this feel like? How do I want to reinvent myself? For me, right? Because I have the limitless time and abundance to do that while he's out of town. So one of the things I did was I took myself lingerie shopping, and I got some new bras, like just gorgeous pieces, and I let myself just kind of move towards the ones that I felt called towards. I wasn't in a rush, and I was totally indifferent to if I found anything I loved. I didn't need to buy something because I said I was going to buy it and I made the time for it. I don't want just any pieces, right? I want pieces where I look at them and I'm like, that feels amazing. Like the next version of myself is gonna like love that. That feels so her. It's so intentional. And so I bought some pieces of lingerie and new bras, and I'm so excited. And today I wore one of them underneath like the most unsexy outfit. I was wearing like leggings and like black leggings, black Nikes, and a black sweatshirt. And it was raining outside, and so I had like another rain jacket over it. Like you would have never guessed that I had a beautiful, gorgeous bra on under like lacy, just stunning Italian lingerie underneath that. But I didn't need anybody to know. I did it for me because you know what? I walked different. I knew I was like, oh, I'm wearing this divine piece of clothing. Like I want to walk as if I'm worthy of this piece because I already am. And it's not that we, again, like there's so much depth to this. There's so much stuff to this. It's layers, right? So I want you to just take in the information I'm giving you in pieces. I don't want you to try to like take it all in at once, but just grab what you can from it. But so I really clearly want to say, especially as a confidence coach, a life coach, I don't preach that external things are what create your value. But what I'm talking about here is that all of this is helping you to really tune in to the value that you have. It's helping you like be so spiced up by your life that you fall in love with it. You fall in love with who you are. And so, you know, me having this beautiful like bra on today, or was it today? I don't know. Bra on underneath like clothes you would never guess it was under. I felt like I had this like fun little secret, and I walked different. I was more playful. I was less stressed simply because like, and less like I don't know, like in a hurry or whatever. I just felt so connected because I had such an intention with this item. And I swear I put it on and I became this like truly goddess vibe woman. And it was awesome. And I was like, that's the essence of who I want to be. I want to celebrate that version of myself. And it felt so good. So yeah, so start playing with that. Another thing I have been doing is Kundalini, which is super powerful. I swear, every time I do it, something epic happens in that day. Like the right person that I needed to calls me. I get a client. I have a great workout and I feel awesome. My boyfriend just wants to spoil me. There's something that happens in the magic of Kundalini where you're awakening your life force that we all have within us. But for so many, it lies dormant. And so if you can do Kundalini, you can wake that up. So it's super exciting. Another thing you could try is a yoni, I think it's called yoni steam, where essentially you put these, you buy certain ones, but you get these beautiful herbs and you put them in this little bowl and you sit on it and you steam your vahuha, you steam her. Yeah, your vagina, you steam her. And you sit there I sat there for like 45 minutes. I don't know how actually long you're supposed to sit on it, but it was so relaxing. I put on this like divine feminine energy music and I just chilled. And it was so nice. I felt so zen. And so there's so many, I mean, you could research, right? You can find the things that work for you, but it's limitless. All the things you can do to celebrate yourself and to, try like to feel different. And if you don't believe me, if you're like, this all sounds super weird, I want you to just, first of all, ask yourself why you're not even like open to it, because that's where you want to start. But second of all, try it. All I can do is tell you, try one of these things or another thing on your heart, try it and tell me you don't feel different. And then you want to keep going with it because you feel so empowered. I swear it's so quick. That's the other thing that's cool about this. It is so quick. And then another reason too, another thing that I want to say is that if you're keeping all of this internal, right? You're keeping it all in your mind, keeping it all internal. What's happening is, and you're not bringing your body, you're not creating any embodiment practice in this, right? What's for trying to feel more confident in life as a woman, like what's happening is when we're so in our mind, this is where all the self-doubt, the worry, the fears, am I enough, all the questioning, that's when it all hits. Because we're trying so hard to really be in the masculine all the time by solving, figuring it out, trying to fix everything. But really, like, we're meant as feminine beings, we're meant to just be and receive. And that doesn't mean do nothing. Surrender doesn't mean do nothing. It just means move more intentionally and in your own time and in, your own pace. Right. And so there's so many reasons why really taking the confidence, not taking it from just being affirmations and mindset and, the way that we see the world and really bringing it into the external and playing with our being, right? Because we're a human being, not doing, we're a human being. There's so many reasons why bringing harmony to both and bringing energy and intention into how do you honor the temple that is your body as a woman, like there's so many benefits to that. And I will tell you, yes, I've been a career and confidence coach for almost 3 years now and a recruiter for 8 years. And I have never seen more success in my life than when I started focusing on the intention of energy behind understanding that I get to be a feminine woman and I get to embrace her and accept her and love her and show her off. And that deep love and acceptance for the being that you are is nothing but magnetic energy. And that will allow you to be the most creative, the most in your zone, on your path, and literally living in the vibration where you are connecting to the things that you want so much more easily. Like they can come in so much faster. And so there, yeah, this is like game-changing secret sauce. Like really take to heart what I'm saying, and I promise in very quick amount of time, you will start to see major changes in your life. So I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to say in this one video, because I am somebody who I love to just kind of go on and on and on. And I realized I was like, I need to just pick a topic. So I did my best to pick a topic on this, but man, there's so many places I want to go on this with you guys. So stay tuned. I know I'll be making more videos on this, but man, if you're still listening, I'm so grateful. I can't even tell you, because this is the coolest thing. I love kind of riffing like this and just sharing the truth of the things I'm learning. And so I'm so glad to have you here. So like I said, if this is interesting to you and you want to keep diving deeper, subscribe, like hit the like button, do all the fun things that all the cool YouTubers say. I'm so excited to have you on this journey, and I will see you in the next video. And if you're wanting to get to know more of my content, yes, even though this is really just my first YouTube one, I've got a podcast, I've got other videos I've shared that are of a lot of value. They really came from my heart and they're the truth of what I feel. And I've got a lot of cool interviews. So be sure to check those out too, because you will get so much value out of that. Another thing I'm really proud of is that I've started to build this community where it's not just me sharing my truth, right? I bring in a lot of guest speakers who are powerhouses, and it's really only just beginning. So yeah, so definitely feel free to check those videos out. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. And yeah, I'm just so wishing you guys so much love, so much, you know, just love for the self, forgiveness and love and empathy of the self. And I promise if you do that, you are going to go so far in life. Okay, bye.